Hey, what is going on, guys? In this video today, we're going to be going over a few different advanced tips for close-range engagements in Fortnite. Now, my general thoughts on advanced tips or advanced techniques is that a lot of the time, they're really not all that helpful. Especially some of the crazy advanced building and high ground techniques I've seen in various videos. Are they really cool to watch? Absolutely, but a lot of those tips are so advanced that the average player, or even above average player, really has no chance to ever truly master them. So what I try to do with the advanced tips in this video is definitely make them advanced, but at the same time try to keep them as simple as possible. I know that doesn't really make a ton of sense when I say it like that, but I think you guys will understand what I mean when you see them. And I truly believe that even though the tips are advanced and situational in nature, with a little bit of practice, really anyone could be able to master them. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so I've purposely arranged these tips in order from simplest to most advanced, but I think they're all pretty close to equal in that regard anyway. The first tip we're going to cover is a really powerful, relatively simple, and super underused counter for when you get ramped over in any kind of a build fight. What the majority of players will do when they know they're about to get ramped over is try to place a pyramid on top of the opponent's ramp to block them, and then surround them with walls to put them in a 1x1 box. From there, you can either make some kind of an edit play, or the more common thing people try to do is place traps on the walls. I'm not saying this is a bad technique because I honestly do it all the time myself. It's simple, it's been around forever, and it's really effective against the majority of players. But it also does have its fair share of downfalls. First off, this technique has been around for a while now, so the vast majority of players, and especially good players, are gonna know how to counter it. That means sometimes you'll go to place your cone and you'll end up getting coned yourself. Or you'll get edited down on, or you'll just simply get out shotgunned if it turns into a point-blank fight inside the box. Plus, for the cone and box strategy to be most effective, you're gonna need multiple traps, which can definitely be a problem, especially early in games. So not a bad technique by any means, but there is a decent amount of risk with it. So let me show you guys a clip of another option that I personally think is just as good, if not better. And for all of these clips, I'm going to show what it's going to look like from your point of view, and also what it's going to look like from the enemy's point of view. So as you just saw, instead of placing a pyramid to stop your opponent and then trying to box them, you simply place a wall to block them from continuing to ramp up. Your enemy definitely won't be expecting it, and it'll take them a second to calculate what their next move is going to be once it happens. With that, you should have more than enough time to easily take high ground, which will give you every advantage in the fight. I think it's a pretty easy technique to execute, but also incredibly powerful when done correctly. And here's another quick clip of it. Next up, we have a really powerful advanced tip for killing an enemy in a 1x1 once you've gained control of one of their walls. What most people will do in that situation is go for a simple window, corner, or top row edit, and then get a shotgun shot off. Again, definitely not a bad idea, and I personally do that all the time, but there is some risk there. Once you take someone's wall, what some players will do is track you with their shotgun crosshair, and wait for you to open the wall up with your edit. Once you do that, it's pretty much a 50-50 shotgun fight at that point, which I'm sure we all know can be pretty hit or miss a lot of the time. So let me show you guys an interesting little alternative that I personally use in a lot of situations. Try to pay attention to what happens in the clip, and I'll be back in about 25 seconds to explain it. Alright, so here's what happened there. I started off by making the typical corner edit that most people would make in that same situation. But I knew that my opponent was going to be expecting that, and he was going to shoot his shotgun at me as soon as it happened. So after making the edit, I immediately reset it. What that does is it leaves the wall at right around 50 health, so when the opponent takes the shotgun shot trying to hit you, he hits the wall instead and actually ends up breaking it. Then once that happens, you can get a shot off with nothing in your way before he even has the opportunity to shoot again. And if you don't kill him with the first shot, simply place your own wall and then do a simple edit or repeat that same technique again. Here's another good example where I actually do that same technique 3 times in a row this time. Moving on, we have a cool little advanced tip for dealing with players who are behind one of your ramps. This probably most commonly happens when you box someone who you've ramped over, but there's a lot of different ways you'll find yourself in this situation. Much like when you take someone's wall, what a lot of people will do when you have your ramp between you and them is they'll track you through it with their shotgun and wait for you to open it up with an edit. And I'd say it's even easier for them to do it when it's a ramp compared to a wall, because you're a lot more limited on the type of edits you could actually make. Really, the only one that the majority of people are comfortable with is cutting the ramp in half and then taking the 50-50 shotgun fight. Here's another really simple and super effective option for this situation. It will confuse the heck out of your opponent and give you a very easy opportunity for a kill. So as you saw there, by flipping the ramp, since your opponent's body is initially inside of it, you're able to shoot through it. But from your enemy's point of view, what they see is what appears to be a normal looking ramp blocking their shot. It's simply a really easy shot to hit that your enemy won't be expecting because they think that ramp is still protecting them. And what most people will do after they get hit the first time is become startled and jump backwards. What that will do is it'll make the ramp go from shoot throughable to not shoot throughable. That's definitely not the official term for that, but hey, let's just go with it. At that point, they'll be so confused about what just happened to them and how you managed to hit them even though there was a ramp in their face, that all it should take is a simple ramp edit to finish them off. Or when that situation occurs in a box with no roof on it, like in the clip I just showed you guys, you can simply ramp up 1 or 2 levels to the side and kill them from a nice little high ground head glitch. So here's another clip where you can see it in action again.
Alright.
So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you watched the entire thing, be sure to let me know with a comment down in the comment section below. I want to do more advanced tip videos like this in the future, so I want to know. Do you guys think these tips were a little too advanced, not advanced enough, or pretty much just right? Whatever feedback you give, I'll be sure to use in future advanced tip videos like this. Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do whatever the heck you want, and I will catch you guys next time.